My name is Michael Cotey, and I am the artistic producer of #Enough Plays to End Gun Violence, and I am so grateful that you're joining us for this extraordinary event. In the fall, we called on teens to write short plays that confront the issue of gun violence, and the bold and vital stories that you're about to witness by 8 courageous young writers were selected out of 149 submissions across 27 states, and so I am honored to be able to bring them to you. And thank you so much to our sponsors for their dedicated support of our project. Change the Ref, the Dramatists Guild of America, Playscripts and Broadway Licensing, and Team Enough. And now 2 special messages for our nationwide reading.
I'm Dominique Mariso, playwright and activist, and I am here to support the Enough Playwrights in doing what we do best as writers, which is take a stand, make our voices count, make our stories shake up the earth and move mountains, and demand for justice and for a better society for all of us. As a playwright myself, it is imperative to me that my art be a tool of liberation for people who have been harmed and oppressed, and that it be a weapon against systems that try to be corrupt or do harm and do oppression upon others. And so I am supporting these writers and their work because I know the power of storytelling. I know the power of theater and the power of arts to unify us, to help us see the humanity, remind us of our humanity when we've been stripped of that socially, and to always decry justice, because at the core of every activist movement, of every rallying cry, of every legislation that gets passed, at the core of that are the people who are going to be impacted by that legislation. And our job as artists is to remind all of these legislators, to remind the organizations and the institutions out there that there are people behind every decision that you make. And so storytellers unite, remind us of our humanity, tell your stories, and #Enough.
Hi, it's Brian Cranston. I'm in a theater, as you can see. And it's very exciting for me. I'm doing a play in Los Angeles at the Geffen Theater, kind of like the theater that you will be presenting your work to. And I just wanted to deliver a little message to you, to welcome you to the 2nd annual nationwide reading for #Enough Plays to End Gun Violence. You are one of more than 50 communities from New York to Portland, Chicago to Orlando, Atlanta to Milwaukee, who are listening to the voices of our young people as they say, enough is enough. So thank you for joining this cross-country effort. When the NRA succeeded in blocking President Lyndon Johnson's legislation on gun control, which would have included national registration for all guns, he said, quote, "The voices that blocked these safeguards were not the voices of an aroused nation. They were the voices of a powerful lobby, a gun lobby, that has prevailed for the moment in an election year. And those of us who are really concerned about crime must somehow, someday, make our voices felt." These plays and these readings are meant to arouse a nation, and it's up to all of us to hear them and to make these voices felt, not just in Washington, but here in our own communities, in our own schools, in our own homes. These are voices demanding our attention on the behalf of too many voices that have been silenced by guns. These are voices that can change us if we commit to listening and to acting and to refusing to be silent. To the 8 remarkable #Enough playwrights whose words we are hearing and honoring at this reading, Mackenzie, Ariana, Willa, Anya, Taylor, Tane, Cameron, and Wynn, thank you for your voices, your insight, your courage, and your passion. Through your plays, you are not only showing what can happen when art and activism collide, you are also fulfilling the virtual central role that young people play in the story of our nation. You are the generation of empathy, equity, and justice. You are what comes next, and we are fortunate to follow your lead as we envision a better future together. Together, we hear you. Together, we say enough. Congratulations to all of you.
Hashtag Enough is a story with 3 acts. Act 1 is writing the plays. Act 2 is presenting the plays. And Act 3 is what comes after the plays. It's about action. It's about what you do next. You see, theater has always been the place where we can change the world one room at a time, where we rehearse the future that we want to create. And our young people, they're ready to show us the way. So thank you. Thank you for not only being here and for listening, but thank you for all the work to come. And here's just a little glimpse of the larger movement that you're a part of. Seattle, Washington.
Born in Brooklyn, raised in Harlem.
Nebraska, Chicago, angry, informed, inspired, reflective,
Outraged, moved, hopeful.
uncomfortable,
Activated.
I grew up in a community where gun violence is the norm.
It's been shootings as long as I can remember.
With my oldest going into school, I want this to be something that I don't have to worry about.
I believe in the power of theater to transform communities.
It's a chance to put art and activism together.
because it's time for something to change.
Enough!
Enough.
Why have we made this part of our history? When did it get so hard to just breathe? Don't look away.
Welcome to America, land of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I've always wanted to watch the sunrise on a beach.
I'm gonna work in my community, make it better.
I want to take up a new hobby and do something artistic with my spare time. I want to see my nephew turn the tassel on his graduation cap. I dream to see my daughter grow up, but not too quickly.
I want to be a poet and make my mama proud.
I've got a crush on a senior who plays basketball. I hope he asks me to prom.
I want to start a family. I want social traditions like Christmas dinners with the whole extended family.
Look at this. Hopes, dreams. What could possibly be more American than dreaming?
Welcome to America!
Where every 15 minutes, a person is killed with a gun. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but as time, that's often my job. In 15 minutes, someone's dreams will never could be true. It could be one of them. It could be you. Don't shoot the messenger. You've heard the statistics, but you've been talking statistics for years, and where has that gotten you? So stop talking statistics and start talking stories. After all, the clock is ticking. Rehearsal by Willa Coloria.
Okay, so let's begin. Can you tell me your name?
Lourdes.
And where do you go to school, Lourdes?
I go to LaDonna Preparatory.
Would you tell me a little bit about your school, please?
Okay. It's in Malibu, little private school, very exclusive. The campus is beautiful, old Spanish bungalows and eucalyptus trees.
And it's expensive?
Yes, it's very costly.
Is it a good school in your opinion?
I would say it is. Everyone is really nice most of the time. So,
Prince? Okay, Prince. And how would you describe LaDonna?
Well, let's see. There are only like 300 people at the whole school. So that's around 80 in our grade, right?
Do you like having few people around?
Yeah, I like it. It's what I'm used to, so. And what do you think of Miss Murphy? Miss Murphy? Yes. Oh. But nothing. It's just, okay, I didn't know that's what that was about. Do you have anything to say about her? Anything that comes to mind?
Willem Davies?
You're Willem Davies?
Yes. Is that a bad thing?
No. No.
My name is David. I'm 18.
It says here that you refer to the events of the summer as rehearsal.
Yeah.
Rehearsal. How did that title come about?
I think Miss Murphy started saying it like, okay, folks, who can stay after for a rehearsal? And yeah, that was it. That's how it came about.
And what did you think about it when she started calling it that?
I didn't really think about it at all.
When did it start?
It was a summer session, so the school was at half capacity or even less. Our grade wasn't big to begin with, so during summer session, there were around 30 people? 5 or so to a class.
Do you have any recollection about who had the idea?
I don't really remember.
And what about Willem?
What about him?
When was he selected?
Probably the second week.
There were lots of incidents in the area at that time. I don't think people actually know the toll it takes on kids their age. It takes quite a toll on them. I promote problem solving in my class. We're problem solvers at Madonna.
And Willem?
Willem Davies is a very promising, kind, good young man.
He looks the part.
There was a, gosh, what did you call it? A staff, maybe? A short hiking staff in Mr. McKinley's room that was splintered and all duct taped and about the correct weight, I believe. So I used that. It was every Friday.
Every week?
Yes. After school for a couple of hours.
So, Miss Murphy, I just wanted to know, you said earlier that Willem had a different set of instructions from the rest of the group.
Yes, he did.
Can you tell me what exactly everyone was doing?
Sure.
My parents work in security. Their business is all about staging break-ins. And would a criminal do this or do that? So it's not completely foreign to me.
Okay, well, I don't know if you're familiar with the layout of Ladonna, but it's a very small school, and we're in one of the smallest structures on campus, atop this kind of wooded slope, right? It has 2 classrooms in this one bungalow, one small corridor between them. So, Willem approaches from the east, fires a few shots into the air when he's outside the eastern entrance. Then he enters the first classroom, shoots Prince, crosses the corridor, shoots Gabriel, who's standing guard outside the second classroom. Kind of a martyr figure, if you will. It's during this time that Lourdes, how do you know Lourdes? It's during this time that Lourdes hides in the supply closet in the second classroom. So he peeks in there, doesn't see anyone, and he leaves.
What happens then?
Then he turns the gun on him.
Did you come up with that?
It wasn't hard to. You'll find that there's almost an archetype for this now.
What do your parents think about this, Lourdes?
Excuse me?
Your mom and dad, what did they think about rehearsal?
Of everyone at the Donna, everyone in my class, I think Lourdes probably needs rehearsal most.
Why?
She's different from everyone else.
Then there's SWAT team recovery. Who's the SWAT team? Miss Murphy is the SWAT team. She participates?
Yeah, that part developed on later.
We do it a few times a Friday, usually, and I help them out with logistics sometimes.
You did it more than once a day?
Well, it doesn't take very long, does it? A space that small, a weapon like that, it doesn't take more than a few minutes. We rehearse it maybe 20 times a Friday.
Did you say give notes?
I'm sure the superintendent knows the anxiety these kids are going through. The constant anxiety, even if it's below the surface, even if it's subtle, implied. They need to get it out. They need to get it out.
I always think about it.
Yeah.
Like, how?
Like, you enter a room and you just think, is this cabinet big enough to fit me?
My parents are new money, right? My dad's an entrepreneur. He and my mom came up together. They have a lot of money, like a lot of money. So they sent me here. I moved out of a bad neighborhood, sent me to this school. Private school, all my life. And then Marta, Vista, and Brentwood got shot up. You went there? No, but I could have. Could have gone. I mean, my parents picked LaDonna because it's half a mile closer to our house. That's the only reason. So yeah, I didn't, but I could have. You have to wonder when something like that happens, what's all our money for?
Do you have some kind of opinion on the role you played in this rehearsal?
I like it.
You do?
Yes, I like it a lot. I feel like Miss Murphy is kind of a person who's, what do you call it? She's, that one word, intuitive. She's intuitive.
Why do you say that?
I feel like my part makes sense for me. I like to think of if something really were to happen, I would be brave like that. I feel like, I don't know, the way our times are, I don't feel like there are opportunities to be brave like that, you know? This is like the only way.
Sometimes my mom would stop by on Fridays and park outside the school. She knew what we were doing, and she'd just sit there and cry. Just cry.
There are these big, heavy doors at the back of the hall. They take a full 3 seconds to open, and they make a really loud sound. You wouldn't want to use them during a shooting. And there's chicken wire on the windows. That's why it makes sense that no one can get out.
What do you think about your whole sequence? Your whole part of the sequence?
That I survived?
How does that make you feel that you're the only survivor? Do you think it upsets you?
No. It makes sense. Someone has to survive or it's just not the same.
Did you ever feel scared of this?
No. We did it so many times and the same thing happened every time.
Miss Murphy says that sometimes she'd carry you out as the SWAT team?
Yes, she did sometimes. She'd enter through the west entrance and walk over to me and hoist me off the ground and drag me out by my armpits and lay me down on her table.
They're all so committed to it. They want to be doing it just as much as I do. And I know some people at the district may ask about it, but it really doesn't distract them from schoolwork. I think it helps, actually.
What do you teach?
History, mostly.
Do you feel that the process of this rehearsal has affected you outside of school in any way?
No, not really. Oh, weird dreams. But I've always been a weird dreamer.
Weird dreams? Anything concerning?
I wouldn't say concerning exactly. Everyone has nightmares. Apparently, most of the dreams we have are nightmares. Apparently, dreams themselves are mostly just expressions of anxiety. I did have one that shook me up a bit, though. I was on an iceberg somewhere. I think I was a penguin. Yeah. Anyway, the other penguins around me were clustering, and I just knew, the way you know things in dreams, that we had to dive in the water. We were just supposed to. And the water was green. I remember that. We sort of jostled each other to get one of us to jump first. And finally, we got this one penguin, the smaller one, probably a runt. We got him to jump in. We pushed him off, basically. And immediately, the water went red. But then, the thing is, we smelled blood. It's acrid, really disgusting. We smelled it and we knew what it meant. But we kept pushing each other in the water anyway. One after the other. We don't walk away. We don't see sharks or even movement under the water. Just explosions of blood. And it really smelled of it. I felt weird when I woke up. Then I remembered that at the end of the week, I would come to school and do this. And I felt better.
Better?
Relieved. It feels like a dance. I get up, I stand in front of the door, and I get shot. I fall forward. The way me and Willem move around each other, it's like a dance. Does that make any sense?
Why is Lourdes the only one who survives?
Someone had to. That much was clear, I think. But it came down to deciding who. Well, to be honest, everyone fell pretty naturally into their roles. You look at the components of something like this. Anyway, Lourdes wasn't any exception. She's a very shy girl. Very sweet, very smart. She's on scholarship, you know. Her family could never afford to attend in a million years. Don't you get the feeling when you look at her? Like she needs, I don't know, like she needs a promise of something. I have a daughter now, actually. Edith. She'll be 1 in 2 months. Do you have kids?
This isn't...
I remember being really scared when she was born. And I remember thinking it would pass, but it doesn't really.
So this is all to create something helpful?
Yes.
But why? Why this way?
What?
Why dying? Why did you create something where they had to die?
I'm not sure if I follow.
Would it have been better if they survived, if he didn't shoot them?
But he does. But he does.
I pledge allegiance to the flag. Every day in school, I would be obligated to salute that flag. The flag that was built from the blood and sweat and the overflowing rivers of tears of my ancestors. The same hands that built this land were the same hands that were used to blow kisses to my mother when she was a child. The same hands that worked sun up to sun down, fighting for our opportunity. My opportunity to be a human in America. And what did they get in return? Many were only given a one-way trip to heaven by bullets, knives, or the fists of the oppressors and prosecutors. Most were given nothing. In school, I was just taught to smile, keep my right hand over my heart chest and left hand up, stretched up to the sky. One nation under God. One nation with liberty and justice for all. Justice for all or your people. Justice and liberty for people who are the color of the house your president sits in. Can't you tell I'm frustrated? Frustrated for our people? For our men, women, and kids? Many of my people share this frustration. But there's one person who influenced my frustration further.
Hey, little man. I'll be back in a few. Got a few pounds to sell. Tell Mama I love him.
My big brother, Leontavius, also known as Tay6 in the streets. At home, we call him Tay. As for little man, that's his name for me. But my birth name is Nehemiah. Mama always said that Nehemiah means God has comforted. Nehemiah also helped rebuild Jerusalem. She also told me my birth is what she hoped would do the same for our family. Rebuild it. Especially after she was aware of Tay's interesting hobbies. And that left us. Tay's Dylan and banging scared Mama just like a nappy head to a comb. He always told me to tell her he loved her. He said that's what he wanted Mama to remember him saying. Just in case he wouldn't come home that night. Where is that turned brother of yours? And get that jacket out of the floor. Tuck that shirt in. And please, son, brush that head. Don't know if I'm alive you to see them beaties at the back of your neck. And lock the door when I leave. And wash them dishes.
Love you too. That's Mama. She works 2 full-time jobs and just doesn't know when to stop working.
Where's that snitch brother of yours?
I'm not.
Answer me.
He went to sell somewhere. I don't know.
So that's what he's been doing. It's funny how all that money all of a sudden just went missing.
Now tell me where that money's at.
I don't know nothing about the money.
So I guess you don't know how Biggie Smokes got locked up.
What?
Your brothers messed up real bad, little Tay. Snitching, messing around with my money. And he's as good as dead if you don't tell me where that money is, just like your brother, huh? Clueless. Hurting your brother, dog. You won't need it.
Little Tay. First time I realized that in the streets, I was just Leon Tavius' little brother that was supposed to keep up where he is, what he's doing, or what money he got. At home, I'm the glue to this family. But when I'm on the other side of the door, I'm suddenly the heir to the throne, expected to carry my brother's legacy.
Tay!
Hey, little man, back up. I got this. Dre, tell him.
Hey, little man, go back home to...
Shut up before I put a bullet in you, snitch. And your little homie too.
Hey, man, leave my people out of this, alright?
Where's that money at? Cough it up, we're gonna have to make you.
I swear on my life I ain't got no money. Check with the plug. I gave it to him.
You got 3 seconds to either tell me where that money is, or we're gonna have to take it out your pocket.
I ain't got enough.
3.
Alright, chill. I told you the money ain't with me.
2.
Hey, man, I ain't got the money.
1. Look, man,
They killed Mama that day she found out. 5 days straight she cried. Felt like 5 years. With Tagon, Mama lost her firstborn, her protector, her heartbeat. With Tagon, I lost my protection, my best friend, my influence. With Tagon, the world lost.
And after Emmanuel, a fossil gang member, was shot and killed by groups of those just there at 6175 Blue Spike Avenue. In other news,
Doug, gang member, he's my brother. Her son. My mother used to tell me that there were going to be people like the boys who killed my brother, wherever we went. But to always keep a smile on our face. She would tell us that we were going to be all right, and to never let anything destroy the brightness that our future was to become. Every night we would hear this. I remember this moment so vividly. Like she was so cradling me and my sister while she sang a sweet song, and every now and again I hear her sing the song the same way she would sing it to us in that moment.
2 black sons, 1 black daughter. What does that mean to you? To me, it means 3 college tuitions, 3 plates to fix, 3 mouths to feed, 3 coats to buy, then wash, then dry, then hang up, 3 heads to comb, 3 bodies to bathe, 3 of the talks to have. That's fun. 3. Well, to them, it means 3 more criminals labeled guilty from the day that they're born,
3 more gangsters, 3 more ghetto pants sagging, weed patting, no daddy, loud mouth having black kids. And I can't put up with that. Why? Because I raised my children right. I taught them to respect their elders and to wear their pants above waistline. And they might have not had a father, but they dang sure had a black mother who didn't need any man to tell her how to raise her kids. I am a black woman standing on the shoulders of my ancestors who built this land we live in now. Don't forget where you come from. Just because in these times we are not accepted, remember where you started, where we started, where America started. But most importantly, don't ever underestimate the power of a black woman.
My mama always told me that love is the center of the earth. But sometimes, like a donut, we lose our center.
Amen. I saw those clowns who popped hay behind the school, right by those apartments. Looks like they were strapped. You want to come with me and gain respect?
Listening to Andre, I was conflicted with myself. Would I continue to live up to Mama's intentions and be the rebuilder of the family? Or would I do as expected and live up to the title of Little Tay?
Did you hear me, man? You want to come get him back?
I knew exactly what he meant. The feelings of constant anticipation came and then went. I'm usually so to anger and hesitant to quit, but when I saw my brother, I knew that this was it. Not thinking of the pain I would have flipped on my mother, or the way I would eventually end up like my brother. All those thoughts were irrelevant as I had this sudden thought.
To avenge my brother's deaths despite the things my mother taught.
Be careful with your anger, for it will eventually reveal the things you want to do before you had time to heal.
Looking back at these feelings, it never fails to make me cringe. I followed the voice of Andre, the voice of
revenge.
After school, 10 o'clock.
We walked onto the property of Head Heights apartment complex.
I see them. I see Andre. I see the pistol. Nothing else is on my mind but giving those suckers what they deserve. Exactly what they gave my brother.
Then I thought, what would I gain? What emotions would overcome me other than regret and remorse?
What would my mother think if I destroyed someone else's life? Just how my family would destroy.
I could choose revenge.
But I choose love, growth,
and a future for people that look like me. People marked as dead from the day they were born. People who could change the world for the better. I choose my community.
I choose victory. I choose progress. I choose...
How long have you been there?
Excuse me?
What are you doing on this private property? Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground!
Sir, I think you have the wrong person. I haven't done anything against the law.
Put your hands behind your head and get on your knees now!
Can I turn around?
Shut up and do it!
Please don't shoot me. Please.
Shut your mouth!
Why are you detaining me? I've done nothing wrong. You've got the wrong guy. I promised my mother I would be home and...
Stop resisting!
I'm not!
Didn't you just hear me?
Please. Please, I have a family. My mother, my little baby sister. I have school. A future, a life of value. I don't want to die. Please.
Read my lips, son. Watch your tongue. I've had enough of you people torturing this town and bringing chaos.
What? You people? You know what? I know my rights.
Put that phone down now.
I have rights too, sir. I can't die, please.
Shut up, boy.
Why can't y'all see that we are not all criminals? We are not defined by the color of our skin. Why am I always guilty because of the color of my skin?
Be quiet.
Please, I have to be there for my family.
Hush.
Mama! Mama! Please, sir. I don't want to...
Unlike Tay, I survived. I was lucky. It's bullshit what passes for luck these days. It's bullshit that since the beginning I failed to realize that this country wasn't founded to include me in its liberty and justice for all. It's bullshit that Tay never got the justice and liberty he was promised in the Constitution. Mama neither. The question I ask myself every day. I ask you.
What does my past tell you about me? When you glance at my outward appearance, what do you see? Someone who's been hurt by the loud crack of a gun, or a straight-A student who would eventually become someone. Someone to linger in the enclosed walls of gang violence, or the boy who would eventually comply with the silence of hallways when I walk through to my next class. Do I deserve to be judged because of my irreversible past? I know who I am and who I will become, but you can only see the newspaper article positioned with the image of a gun. Looking past the baseball awards and honor roll certificates, but to the peers around me, it makes no significance. But when you look at my life, you really don't see. Because my past does not tell you what you need to know about me.
For just liberty and justice for
So, I think you're all curious about my point of view. Well, might as well start at the beginning. Like everyone else, I was born. Went from darkness to light. Ironic given how things turned out, but that's for later. I was made in a little workshop in Missouri. The South is known for their gun manufacturing, but this shop produced made-to-order weapons, revolvers, shotguns, and semi-automatics, like me. I felt like there was more heart put into my creation than into 1,000 cookie-cutter guns. I thought I was special. As for who made me, well, he's one of the most amazing men on this green earth. Has to be my dad. Bill, his namesake said, day after day he put together handguns. Had a real passion for it too.
Switch this spring up for an alloy model, and I'd be able to add a few more pounds of trigger pressure, make it harder for the gun to accidentally discharge. There we go.
That's Bill. Funny thing was, he didn't even really like shooting guns. He just liked the puzzle of putting it together, something mechanical. He had other motivations too.
All these new commissions are a lifesaver. Gotta pay for Christmas. Get a bike for my daughter, a new phone for my son. My wife deserves something nice too. Anything for my family.
Bill brought me home as a side project before I was shipped out, so I got to know all about it.
Honey, I know you don't like me bringing work home. Don't worry, it's perfectly safe. Look, there's not even a fire pin in it yet. I'll keep it out of reach when I'm not working on it. I promise. I'd never let anything happen to our kids.
Amazing man, right? Never even heard him swear. But this isn't to say his life was perfect. He had his issues.
I said it's safe. Now please, let me work in peace. She just doesn't understand how guns work. I know what I'm doing.
Most of the time, Bill was happy with his job. But every once in a while, he had moments of doubt. He saw things on the news and the papers, and they hurt him.
All those poor kids. Their families.
So he gave himself a lot of pep talk.
I make handguns and shotguns, not rifles. The paper said the shooter used an AR-style rifle. Our shop doesn't produce those. This isn't my fault. Not my fault at all.
He always put himself out of this funk. Told himself that no matter how many times a gun was used to hurt someone, there were other times that firearms had been used to defend lives. He thought he'd added me to that list of guns that protect people.
I have a 45 that fits the order. Just finished it. Off you go to your happy new home.
And that was the last I saw of Bill. Son of a gun maker. I was all grown up. He packed me, wished me good luck, and shipped me off to my new home. I felt, I don't know, excited and scared all at the same time. I didn't know where I was going, where I was going to. It turns out I got lucky with Lana and Michelle.
Well, here you are. After all that talk about protecting ourselves, like, can't believe we finally have this thing.
You don't need to say this thing like it's a wild animal. Shelly, it's a gun. It's a tool.
What, you mean like a friggin' screwdriver?
Exactly. Take some shooting classes with me one of these days. It's not gonna be much help to have a pistol for self-defense if I'm the only one that can use it.
I know, it's just feels weird owning a weapon. I grew up in the suburbs. We didn't have crime. When I was a kid...
Yeah, last week your mom had an attempted break-in.
I know, but having a gun feels wrong. I don't like what it represents.
What does it represent?
That things have changed so much that we're scared.
If you're not scared nowadays, you're not paying attention. Look, if someone tries breaking down our door, I don't want to be stuck hoping the police can reach us fast enough. If the police even tried showing up.
Now you're just being cynical.
Maybe. The news doesn't paint a pretty picture of the boys in the neighborhood.
Lana was wonderful. As a responsible gun owner, took care of me, never went to any cheap ammo shop. Shelly never really warmed up to me though. She did get some target practice in eventually, grew to enjoy range shooting over time, even started to take home her shot-up targets. But there was always some hesitancy. She never seemed truly happy to have me in the house. Her fear made sense in the end.
That's it. We're moving.
We can't. We don't have the money for it right now. And besides, we'll be fine.
We won't be fine. We got another letter. Last time it was just insults. This time they said they'd set our apartment on fire.
It's an empty threat, Shelly. Relax.
Remember what happened to Marco from the other floor? He got beaten to a pulp in a parking lot after some guy saw him kiss his boyfriend. We aren't okay here.
I'm armed.
So?
He wasn't. If anyone tries to attack you or me or burn our place down, they'll get what's coming to them.
And what happens if you do shoot someone? I know they talk about self-defense in your gun self-safety courses, but the law is messy. Do you want to risk a murder conviction because you shot someone instead of running away? Do you want to risk losing me while you do life in prison?
I just want us to be safe. I want to take care of you. Of us. Look, we can move. We can't move right now, but we can look into it. I could work overtime, maybe take a loan, something, anything really, whatever you really need.
I really wanted to help them, to keep them safe. But Shelly was right. Using me was a risk. Maybe they succeed and defend themselves. Maybe they go to jail. At worst, I meant death. Lana and Shelly weren't happy about it, but they scraped together the money to move to another neighborhood, one that had less risk of them being harassed or attacked. But moving day had its own risks. It was all too easy for someone to sneak in and make off with something important or something dangerous. Someone saw the moving truck and broke into the house when Lana and Shelly ran out for coffee. I was still in my drawer next to Lana's side of the bed. From there on, things went bad. Very, very bad. Hey, just turn around, please. Bring me back home to Ron and Shelly. After all, no reasonable person wants to be caught with a stolen handgun.
Ugh, the car is such a mess. Okay, we need to clean up our wrappers and stuff before we get home.
Whose fault is that? Who wanted to get 2 burgers and a large fry at the Dollar Tree?
Yeah, I'm feeling how bad a mistake that was.
You made your bed. I'm getting a slushie. You just had to go to the burger place that doesn't serve them.
I'm sorry. I hope they have antacids or something. You want to get me some? Hey, take it easy.
I'm sorry, I can't stop.
Please don't hurt us. We'll give you everything.
God, please don't kill us.
It's not me. I don't have a choice.
We gave you everything we have. Please, just take it all and go.
I wish I could help you. I wish I could protect you too. I'm sorry.
We're been shot. Someone, call the cops. Stay calm, babe. Just hold on. It hurts. Darling, please. Oh, my hand. I got you, Alex. Just need to reach my phone.
Senseless. Pointless. They did everything he asked. He tossed me after he shot those poor people. The police found me in a drain. Someone checked my serial number and had Lana and Shelly brought in. And after all that fear, Shelly was justified. Look what I did! They reported me stolen. Hopefully, once the investigation's done, I should be able to go home. If anyone even still wants me home. Lots of people don't get to go home. I don't know what happened to Charlie and Alex, but I hope they survive. I can't bear the thought of causing innocent people to suffer. Or guns are a lot of things. We're tools. We're weapons. We're symbols. I can make someone feel like an artist, from how they design and assemble guns to how they can shoot with absolute precision. I can make people feel safe, like they have nothing to be afraid of at night. Or I can make people feel scared. I can make them feel helpless and powerless. I can make them feel pain. I can make them bleed, and I can make them die. It makes me want to destroy myself. Maybe I should. Maybe I should.
Mom.
Don't mind me, boy. Now where do you think you're going?
The boys just texted me. They said they want to go running.
Boy, it's Thanksgiving. Since you turned 18, you just don't ask your mama permission to leave, huh?
That's right. Get him, Lisa.
Everybody want to be grown until it's time to pay some bills.
Ain't that the truth?
How long y'all going to be out? And are you driving your car or riding with somebody?
Mama, I don't know. It's just me and the boys and I'm driving.
Anybody riding with you? These roads unusually slick for this time of year. Drive careful if she lets you go.
Come on, Auntie. You too old to be this childish.
Girl, I know he did not just call you old.
I think he did. Bet he won't do it again.
He ain't ready for you. Jackie, let the baby live. He just turned 18. He don't know how to get down.
You ain't lying. He just don't know.
Mom, can I go or not?
You know I usually would let you go, but there was a shooting down where I know y'all be hanging. I just don't want nothing to happen to you, JJ.
Mama, you know me and my friends ain't even on that. I mean, besides, shooters are happening all over the place.
JJ, if you trying to get out in them streets tonight, you might want to leave out the shootings.
Chucky, hush. I'm not worried about y'all, Jamal. I know y'all good boys. The boy who got shot last week was a good boy, too. But bullets don't discriminate.
It's Thanksgiving, Ma. I don't think anybody should even be on that tonight.
I think he should be safe, Lisa. He's a smart boy.
See? Auntie thinks it's okay.
Whose side are you on, Jackie? Fine. You can go, but you'll be back in this house no later than 12:30, Jamal. Do you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, Mom. 12:30.
You need some money?
Girl, that boy's birthday was yesterday. He got enough money to last him the next 2 weeks.
You're right. Hey, Jamal, don't take all that money with you either. Leave some here.
No, Mama.
Just making sure it's bum out here killing lives for a nickel.
That's true. It was a robbery on Emerson Street last week. A man got held at gunpoint for $50. $50, child.
The world is getting crazier by the day. Nothing like when we was kids.
Sad, true. You listen here, JJ. Be careful. Watch for your surroundings and your friends. And yes, you're a man now, but please keep your mother updated. Have fun and be safe. I love you, nephew.
And where are you going, Jackie? Y'all both gonna leave me lonely on Thanksgiving?
Girl, I'm going to the bathroom. Drinking all that lemonade catching up to me. When I come back, you better be ready to watch them Hallmark Christmas movies.
You know it. Oh, them Christmas movies get me in the spirit. You sure you don't need another jacket? It's pretty cold out.
Mama, stop treating me like a baby. I am an adult as of yesterday. Even Auntie said it. I can handle myself.
As of yesterday is correct, JJ. You are still my baby. My only baby at that. You're all I got left. I just want you to be safe.
I know, Mom. You don't need to worry so much, though. I can handle myself. And I hear what you're saying. And I know, just know I'm not going nowhere. Just out my boys. I'll see you later, and I love you. And tell Auntie to make some more of that lemonade before she leaves.
What is it with you and that lemonade?
Remember when I was little and me and my cousins would go and play football all day? Dad was referee and we get all of those scratches on our knees. Every time we would come in, Aunt Jackie would have some of that lemonade waiting for us. And it just reminded me that even when things went sour, there will always be something sweet waiting at the end.
Seems just like yesterday. Where has the time gone?
Time ain't gone nowhere, Mom. Can you promise me something?
Yes, baby.
Don't worry, okay? I'll be back at 12:30. And please don't let Auntie forget about that lemonade.
He left yet?
Yeah, he just left. My baby ain't a baby no more.
You did a good job, Lisa.
A good job with what?
Raising that boy, especially after, well, you know. I know why you worry about him so much.
I just don't want him to leave me. He's grown and he's going to want to live his life in his own terms. He's going to think he don't need mama's protection because that's for little boys. Honestly, Jackie, I've been scared since midnight struck yesterday. I've been keeping this big, bright smile on my face, cooking his favorite meals, buying that gaming system he wouldn't stop talking about. All of this, Jackie, and I'm scared. I'm not scared of the man he's becoming, but I'm scared of the world he's coming into.
Lisa, sis, you have every right to feel this way, especially after Miles died. I can't promise you that the world isn't going to change overnight, but you have to have faith, you hear me?
I know, but ever since that night, I got that call saying that Miles had been shot, and the only thing I could think about was if this would happen to JJ. Every time he takes a step out that door, my mind just goes there. I know I can keep him safe here. It ain't no guarantee he's gonna be safe out there, Jackie. I know I shouldn't feel this way, but I do. He's not a boy anymore. He's a man, and he's going to want to do things that men do. And even sometimes as simple as a store run could have him at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Enough. You're overthinking this, Lisa. You raised a brilliant young man with a bright future who reached 18 without being in these streets. As a black mother, you should feel proud.
Thank you. Why are you being so nice to me? What you want?
I've been fiending to get my hands on that apple pie you garden.
You? I've been waiting since Jamal walked out that door. You know, if he was here, it would have been gone out baby. Speaking of, my baby asks for some when he gets back, so don't forget.
Stop calling that boy a baby, please. I think I'm gonna make some before I join you.
If there's any left.
All I know is when I come back, it better be some left over for me. I don't mind calling mama.
Girl, you are too old to be calling mama on me. I already know I'm gonna get my way anyway. I'm the baby.
Girl, I'm not stunting you. I'm about to go make this lemonade and it better be some left when I get back.
Well, we'll see when you get back.
Lisa, where's the lemons at?
Should be on the second shelf in the fridge. Jackie, you put your foot in this. Oh, yes, Lord. Now, who is this?
So you just gonna take all that pie like that?
You thought I was playing? Ain't no way you done with that lemonade, Jackie.
No, but I've been craving that pie, so I'm back. Got plenty of time to make it. Lisa, when's the last time you went out?
Whenever the last time we went out for drinks. Why?
Girl, when's the last time you went out with someone besides me? You know, for like a girl's night. A date, maybe.
Stop being so nosy. That's none of your business.
It is my business if your only social time is spent with your sister and son.
See what you're not gonna do.
Lord, I'm trying to fix my sister's dating life. I don't know this number anyway.
Wait, let me see your phone. That looks like the same number that called me.
It can't be, but here, knock yourself out.
It is the same number, Jackie. I'm calling back.
I wonder who it is. That's weird.
They're not answering, Jackie. I don't like this. You try to call.
I'm not calling that number. If you wanted to call it, you do it. You just overreacting again, girl.
I will. I got a bad feeling about this. Jackie, they're not answering. What if somebody is calling for tomorrow? What if something happened to my baby? Oh, Lord, please. Let my baby be okay. I gotta go, Jackie. Put your coat on. Come on, let's go.
Lisa, calm down.
Jackie, why are you standing there? I said let's go. Fine. If you don't want to go, I'll go by myself.
Lisa, check this phone again.
This is Jamal. I tried to call, couldn't get through on my way home to get my charger. My phone died. Woo! Thank God! Oh, my baby's okay.
Now don't you feel silly running around acting all crazy, telling me to grab my coat?
I had to make sure my baby was okay. I said to him that we'll be waiting. Almost made me grab my keys to my auntie's Nissan. At least he's on his way home. I know he's good when he's here.
Ain't that the truth? Had me scared over here.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let's just forget that didn't even happen and let's get back to the spot.
I just know that ain't JJ. His butt better not be speeding.
You get in the door.
Yes. Hopefully you've been made a dent in that pie, but then by the time I get back.
Chucky, JJ, y'all be out there talking about me. What are y'all doing? I know I heard that door close.
Put your hands up! I ain't trying to hurt nobody!
Sir! Please hold my feet. I promise my family will be here when he can. I promise he's safe.
Shut it, lady! Get on your knees! Both of y'all!
Please! Walk up this way!
Here.
That's not what I mean.
No, I'm here.
I'm serious.
So am I.
Jesus Christ, can you just tell me where you are?
No.
Then stay away from me because
I'm not here to hurt you.
Can I see you? Please?
What do I look like?
What?
What do you want me to look like?
Well, I don't want you to look like anything, but
then I don't.
Don't what?
Don't look like anything. You're safe. Pinky promise.
Parent-teacher conferences are this Thursday.
Okay.
I feel like I'm supposed to tell you that.
Okay.
She just reached reading level J, so... Hello?
I'm here. And so is that.
I'm sorry, where am I?
In a chair?
I know, I got that. I mean, where... Is that for the mac and cheese?
Yeah.
You can't just eat it straight out the box. You have to cook it.
You want me to cook it?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You have to cook the macaroni.
With what?
Hot, boiling water.
Do you want those?
No, I'm good. I just... You tied the string yourself?
Yeah.
Where does it come from?
Michael's.
You bought the string from Michael's?
Yeah.
Like the craft store?
Yeah.
You guys have a Michael's down here?
No, not down here.
But what's it connected to?
Oh, it just comes from up.
Got it. What else is up there?
Whatever you want.
I feel like I'm missing something.
That's normal.
It is?
It is.
Did something bad happen?
I'm safe.
That's not what I asked.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm not mad at you.
Thank you.
What time is it?
I don't know how to read clocks yet.
What do you mean?
The big hand and the little hand, they fall apart when I look.
What?
I look at the 12 and it hurts.
I feel like...
Tell me.
I feel like something is wrong.
I can put some music on if it would help you feel better.
I don't know what I feel.
You want to hear me sing?
I've heard that before.
You've heard me sing?
No, the way you said it. I've heard.
Lots of people like singing. There's not much out there.
When did I fall asleep last night?
Ten and a half.
10:30?
No. 10 and a half and 11 in 6 months.
How much more time before I wake up?
You can stay as long as you want.
I don't want to stay.
Do you want to go?
I don't know. Parent-teacher conferences. Because the school.
You should sit down.
Because the school.
Please sit back down.
Because the school shut down.
It's okay.
The school shut down.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are arriving live at the scene of the Dogwood Elementary mass shooting.
It is now 2:19 p.m.
We're coming in here at 2:36 p.m. Where the shooter is still at large.
And 10 children.
Can you turn that off, please?
Breaking news regarding failed shooting of 7 young children.
The shooter's motives are currently.
Turn it off! Hello? Hello?
More details to come on the fatal.
Dead at 10:26 p.m.
And 3 nights ago, I made her mac and cheese.
On the deadly.
Dead at.
And she went to bed.
On the tragic.
Dead at 4:30.
And she woke up.
On the gruesome.
Dead at 8:07 a.m.
And she breathed.
Dead at 11:12 a.m.
And went to school and died. And how am I supposed to live with that?
We've counted 3 individuals taken out on stretchers.
Another shooting.
It wasn't supposed to happen.
4 individuals.
For running the numbers.
5 individuals.
5 children.
6 children. Shot and dead. Shot and dead. Shot and dead.
It shouldn't have happened.
Another gun.
Another shooting.
It shouldn't have happened.
Thoughts, prayers, thoughts, and prayers.
Shot and dead.
Thoughts and prayers.
Shot and dead. Shot and dead. Shot and dead.
And again, and again, and again. It shouldn't have happened! And you think about what a body is. When it's in your head, it used to be her. But now it's it. And it's happy, and it doesn't wake up. And it shouldn't have happened, but it did. And I'm still here, and she doesn't get to me. And it just keeps coming. How long until I wake up?
You can take all the time.
How many more?
Too many.
Do you think it ever stops?
Is it okay? I don't know.
I miss her.
She knows.
Do you have a name?
Tiger.
Tiger?
She wanted me to say hi.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, we're going to stop so that level 3s can take seats on stage.
Hello everyone. We're going to take a brief intermission here so that we can bring in some of the people who have been involved with this project. My name is Maria Saldana. I'm the coordinator of the Center for the Visual Performing Arts, and I have the honor of working with the theater students along with their teachers. Actually, their teacher, Mr. Spencer, I'm going to see if I can get him to call in now. Give me just a second. And then we're going to have a guest speaker, Reverend Lee, who works with Gun Violence Initiative in this area, so that you can find out how to get involved and what are some of the things that the community is doing to prevent gun violence, because that's what this is about. If you don't know, this play or these series of plays, anthologies of plays, are actually happening right now in 65 other settings. So if you look on YouTube, you'll see a bunch of others happening at the same time. And so I really commend the young people who took the time during their spring break to work on these. And so, Mr. Spencer, if you could call in now. I don't know. I hope you can hear me. I'm going to have Reverend Lee. Let me see if you can hear me. That's what this is about. Yes. Just a minute, Reverend Lee. And so, actually, while we're waiting for Mr. Spencer, I'm just going to go ahead and bring Mr. Reverend Lee to my right. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much for having me with you.
This is a lot longer than we said it was going to be, but we wanted the students to have the breadth of space to really delve into their characters. And so, thank you. Can you speak about the work that you do with DreamWorks and how people can get involved?
Well, first, and I'd like to say it was just incredible the work of the young people. And I want to make sure to salute them and everyone who's worked with them because that was just an incredible and touching. And they really did kind of stretch out in the characters. That was extremely impressive, so I want to say that. Secondly, I am the program director of the Hope and Action Project. The Hope and Action Project is an anti-gun violence program in Prince George's County, Maryland, right outside of D.C. It is an intervention that implements interventions that focus on targeted trauma-informed care designed to interrupt cycles of violence. Now, that's a lot of words to basically say that we are trying to shape pieces to prevent gun violence. We have several pieces to the work that we do. One, we have what are called peacekeepers, incredible messengers, and those are people who are directly embedded in communities, working in communities, helping identify possible escalation of violence and working to help mediate, facilitate, work with young people. The second thing that we have is that we do have our diversion and reentry services, and those services are focused on helping people, young people who have may have made a mistake, and making sure that they don't necessarily have to go straight into the criminal system, but there can be some diversion, some other opportunities for them, as well as reentry services for those people who are coming back after being incarcerated, helping them to be able to get connected and get resources and opportunities. The third thing is that we do have what we call a Hope Collective, and that's our community and school-based wraparound services, and we have done many grants to 16 organizations in areas most affected in Prince George's County. These are organizations that are doing things from after-school programming to case management to mentorship organizations, in-school peer support groups, just a range of organizations that are really developing what we call an ecosystem of organizations attacking issues of gun violence. And then we have our violence prevention, our gun violence prevention task force, which is a range of stakeholders in Prince George's County, grassroots and grass-tops, from people of various spaces within the county, those who have been affected, those who have lost loved ones, those who shape policy, those who are in positions of authority, all coming together to grapple with and deal with and work around looking at what our community needs, looking at what our community has to offer, and looking at policies that we need to be, policies and strategies we need to be able to end gun violence in our community. And so that is the Hope and Action program that you can be able to be a part of or connect with us. If you want to help with resources, you can just go to hopeandaction.life, www.hopeandaction.life, and be able to give there. But you can also just be able to reach us and reach myself. RevTonyLee@gmail.com, RevTonyLee, RevTonylee @gmail.com. And we are connected to the Prince George's County area. Thank you so much for having me. Congratulations to this wonderful group of young people who did such an incredible work. And we salute you, young people, for your work. Enough is exactly what it is. Hashtag enough. That's exactly where we are right now. Thank you so much for having me, Ms. Saldana, and just thank you so much for this time.
Thank you for joining us. Before you leave us, I wanted to ask you if you could give us 3 or a few bullet points of things that you can give young people and families to consider about gun violence and how it happens and how we can prevent it. Things that they can do right now in their communities and at home.
So one, I think one of the things that we need to understand is the power of being nice. The power of being nice. I know that sounds corny. I know that sounds hokey. I know that sounds like something a pastor would say. But the reality is that sometimes we can be violent in many ways to each other. And I think that when we start to understand our own power of being able to be agents of peace, that starts with how we interact with each other, that starts with how we treat each other, that starts with how we treat people at schools, how we treat people in the community, how we treat people in the neighborhood, and how we shape a standard of being and doing right by people. So I think that's one. I think two, I think that we need to be gracious to each other and be able to shape space for each other to share what we're really going through. That a challenge. We've all been through one heck of a time these last couple of years with this pandemic, and everybody can use someone to talk to, whether it's mental health professionals, whether it's teachers, whether it's parents. But we need to be opening up to each other and sharing a space that's safe to be able to say, I'm not okay, that I don't feel well, that emotionally I'm not okay, that emotionally I'm not doing well. And being able to shape that kind of a space to be able to share with each other, I think is significant and important. The third thing is that if you see it, say it. If you see it, say it. If something doesn't feel right, if you see someone who is doing things or is positioning themselves in a way that you feel can bring harm or danger, be able to find someone in authority, find an adult, find a teacher, and to be able to share it. Be able to share it. If someone appears to be positioning themselves or thinking about or talking in ways that make you nervous about what they could do, then say something to someone, an authority that can be able to be of assistance. But the last thing is really a repeat of the first thing, and that is be kind. Be kind to each other. Be kind in your interactions with each other. Do not negate what it means and the power you have personally to make a difference in the community. The power you have personally to help shift challenging issues. I think when there are times in which things can go one way, that you can be the voice of reason to help it go in a different direction, whether that's online, whether that's on social media, whether that's on the phone, whether that's in class, whether that's in the community. Learn the power of kindness. Kind word really can go a long way. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That makes such a difference because we have to always remember that those actions start from an emotion. And if we can stop the emotion in its tracks, then the actions don't have to lead to where too often it does.
That's right.
I want to again, I put your website on the chat, but I would also like to add your email address. Can you tell us what it is again?
It's revtonylee@gmail.com. REB is in Victor. Tony Lee with a Y, LEE @gmail.com.
All right. For anyone who wants to get in touch with Reverend Lee, there it is. And again, we can't thank you enough.
It is my honor, and thank you so much for having me. And young people, once again, thank you. It was truly incredible.
And also a reminder that Hope in Life is a non-for-profit, and that any encouragement you can give and or financial assistance goes a long way to making sure that we minimize the impact of gun violence in our community. Again, thank you, Reverend Lee.
Thank you so much. Take care. Have a great one.
All righty, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And now I'd like to bring to the stage our expert who has really put this whole thing together and who has trained our students to what you've seen this evening.
Hi, my name is Michael Cotey, and I am the artistic producer of Hashtag Enough Plays to End Gun Violence, and I am Hi, my name is Michael Cotey, and I am the artistic producer of Hashtag Enough Plays.
Hey, Mr. Spencer. Can you hear me? Mr. Spencer? You are frozen. Okay, so I'm going to resume our video, our student performances, until I can get Mr. Spencer unfrozen. I'm sure it's a problem on our end, on my end.
Hello? Sitting back down is that because it's on
the beginning of the act. You can be on stage.
No, but like at some point she sits down and spirit ready to weave into a blanket over its people. But the one sense of familiarity was how we always found that the one thing higher than skyscrapers was the red. My brother always thought I was funny when I said that. His name was Emmanuel. Born August 18, 2009. Black boy. Skin as dark as coffee. And burnt tobacco. His hair jungle gem of knots and coconut oil. His knees scarred and bruised for some time ago. He convinced himself his feet would turn into wings that would take him anywhere if he jumped high. A year ago, Emmanuel, Eva, and I settled in a white house with missing shingles and a door that never seemed to lock no matter how many times we tried. It was cheap and dingy, but Manny's eyes lit up every time we drove past it. Emmanuel loved running around the new house, staring out the road before him. Every day during the summer, he'd watch the other kids play. Occasionally asked me if he can go outside, though he knew I would say, no, it's not safe, maybe tomorrow. He probably wanted to test his wings. Running through the house and jumping up and down the stairs in hopes of reaching the end without grazing the creaky boards. Forever attached to the same painful fate of realizing he, unlike most birds, couldn't fly. Well, at least not high enough to grab the clouds or tug a basketball. He'd wait outside, stalling his daily chores of taking out the trash, wondering when or how the other boys got their wings, how they learned to fly. I didn't know the kids in my neighborhood too well. I watched them play horse in the street till their hands were dirty with sand and gravel. When the cars came, they always sprint to the sidewalk and pretended the ground was lava. But one day, they sat on the porch in silence, like they really believed it was. The boys were holding back their tears for a kid they didn't even know. One of them gave me their sneakers. As strange as it may sound, I held those tattering shoes to my chest, craving the heavenly embrace of their budding wings. I sat and watched the other kids on the block from my window run up and down the street, playing basketball, lighting fireworks, long past any deemable holiday, or walking to the corner store for slushies and candy and nachos long past when the streetlights debuted. I wondered, did their minds ever race? Hands sweat, stomachs churn and knock themselves? Did they go inside their houses and lock the door and unlock it and relock it again just to make sure it was locked the first time?
I've messed with the locks till my hands and lips stopped quivering, till I knew whether to run as far away from the door as I could or push up against it in hopes of keeping all the madness out. I mean, a shooting happens on the next block over, and yet they still smile and laugh as if the night would never end, enjoying the music blasting from their cars down the street, not afraid that they will be caught in a crossfire. Which makes me ask, do I need to be afraid? Did Emmanuel need to be afraid? The first gunshot.
I can't forget that day. Bullets dropping like rain, leaving clouds of smoke to cover us. So we started our game.
The second gunshot.
We ducked down behind the cars, camouflaging, praying that the lives they claim won't be ours, and the streets become no man's land, where there's nothing but blood, sand that covers our prayer hands. The young kids stayed quiet, believing they were playing hide and seek and tag at the same time. When they heard to run, they dashed, laughing softly to themselves. Some of them would cry, being frightened by the noise, but we knew there was no choice but to wait until we would be able to rejoice. So they were told the game was over. When minutes unexplainably feel like seconds and days all at the same time, telling a story so purely corrupt that it could be told without a spoken word. Manny hid under Mr. Wilson's truck. No one could find him. It was as if his body had become one with the asphalt pressed up against him.
The third. I couldn't find him. When the shots seemed like they'd stopped, I called out his name amid the putrid fog that tainted the whisk of the air trapped in my lungs. Emmanuel! Emmanuel!
And before my eyes, a shadow rose from the street, dragged by its host to the foreseeable doom. It was Emmanuel. He ran just like I taught him. I don't quite know if he ever did understand the games we played.
Then I saw him, hoping his wings would emerge and carry him to that White House. My breath was no longer with me. It came out in stammers, filled with the same panic that pulled Emmanuel into the crossfire. Maybe he thought it was time to touch his wings. I never got to ask him that. He was scared. He had to be. Yelling and screaming that could be heard from a mile away, until another bullet ripped through the blue to challenge the beaming sun and steal the breath from all under it. I plugged my ears when I heard them scream.
I could hear footsteps coming near the cars as if to mock our fear, as if to frighten us even more. And then he was there, stalking the block like the Grim Reaper, with faint static through his radio. He was a bounty hunter in search of black souls to petrify, while he laughed in our face, tears in our eyes.
I yelled to him, "Get down, Manny, get down!" Here lies the story for our black youth, for Emmanuel, and every other brown-skinned baby put to death. With a gun to his head rather than books in his hands, fingertips against dashboards rather than a blackboard, being treated like the main attraction when they should be adding and subtracting fractions. Subtracting and dividing. This country leaves black boys going to more funerals than birthdays. They say he was resisting,
when he was just insisting that he's just a black man in America, the land of the free.
When instead he's being shackled from his neck to his feet, seeing if he could deplete the number of black babies needing their bittersweet relief. Spend more time praying on their knees, making their final pleas when they should be out there, getting their degrees.
His death was unjustified. Blood dried where they collide on our port side, where his mother cried and screamed, "God, why?" When her baby's boy fate was sealed, and my mom, I can hear her curse herself. Every day she opens that door and tears would fall from her eyes.
feeling as though she had euthanized, paralyzed, petrified, terrified them, because now our hearts race, keeping pace to face the unforgiving, unloving, deceptive world that would make her kids cry the same way she did, or worse, fight back the way she wanted to. They deny and deny his death worldwide without a silver of repentance. His melanin convicted of premature death sentence, because until they stop, things will never change. Mistake a playground for a gun range, unleashing a rampage to the courtroom. Courtroom becomes their center stage, where their crocodile tears will keep them from the cage.
An historical pattern of this day, baby. Read the same old book, but reading the same damn page. They need field trips, not play dates. Not Uzis and AKs.
My brother didn't deserve it. None of them did. And I raised my voice because you need to understand and listen to my demands. Please listen to me. He just kept running towards that stupid White House, and I don't know why. Or maybe I do and can accept that this was my fault. It was my fault. I told him to run. Oh God, I did. I made him believe he had wings, that they would take him anywhere he needed to go, that they would protect him. And he just threw him to the ground like he was just another black boy. Slug life. Like a cancer, the bigger the barrel, the more terminal. The everyday feeling of your mortality walks beside you as you try to hide from the danger cries and lies of life itself. Not knowing if the world's slimy and calloused hand will pull you in its embrace and steal you from the world that didn't love you anyway. I remember when he said, "Put your hands up." He said, "Don't move around." No!
He wasn't resisting.
Stop resisting.
He would never take a stand 6 feet deep in the land.
They didn't even say his name. They called him a casualty. They said our case was time-consuming.
Too expensive?
Probably wouldn't win anyway.
Worthless. Manny. My baby boy. My angel.
Come home. I know he can. Or maybe he can't. Maybe he finally grew his wings. Mom cries every day now, staring at that spot in the street where her baby's body lay.
I'm jealous that the pavement got to cradle my baby and his dying breath instead of me. My baby died of casualty. A nameless corpse forever damned to stalk heaven, not knowing the name we bless and call out, or wave to us on every birthday this world stole from him. Not knowing his name will be trapped within our lungs, aching and constricting when we dare utter
Emmanuel. Can't tell us he loves us too.
Black boy. Skin as dark as gunpowder. Blood as thick, as thin, can leave the body painfully slow. Black hair mixed with coconut oil and grape brown. Shirt stained with the red mess that will never be removed. Eyes forever closed. Our black. Black.
And now, I see Emmanuel downtown amongst the lights in his beaming glory, adding a new thread to the quilt of spirits. Maybe to shield the others and give them the chance to understand what he wasn't allowed to in his last Southside summer.
No, but I'm telling you, it doesn't make sense. Listen, it's a cute outfit. Believe me. What I steer you wrong?
Well, you let me wear those leggings with Justin Bieber's face all over them in 5th grade.
OMG, I remember that. Those were hilarious.
That was my all-time low. I wore better outfits in kindergarten.
Okay, well, to be fair, everyone was obsessed with him in 5th grade, so I wasn't really steering you wrong. But I'm telling you, that outfit will be perfect for tonight.
Oh, about that. My dad just told me today that he has work tonight, so we don't have a ride to the tailgate.
What? But that's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's not every day an underclassman gets invited to a senior tailgate.
I know, it sucks. I was looking forward to it.
Well, could your mom take us?
She's got tennis, she can.
Ugh, but that tailgate sounds so fun.
Could one of your parents take us?
Maybe. They'll probably just complain about my grades if I try to ask them.
Dude, who is that kid? That kid! Oh, God!
What? Is he cute?
No, Caroline, this! He's...
Right?
Stop! Right there, stop. All right, let's see. We're gonna change this up. Undo. Maybe, let's try this. This time, Carolyn, you step away from the locker. Stand in front of Rachel instead. Start from, what could your mom take us? Ready and redo.
Well, could your mom take us?
She's got tennis, she can.
Ugh, but that tailgate sounds so fun.
Could one of your parents take us?
Maybe. They'll probably just complain about my grades if I try to ask them.
Dude, who is that kid? That kid, why is he? Oh, God!
What? Is he cute?
No, Caroline, he's...
Right?
Stop! No, you did it wrong. You weren't supposed to move. You've got to listen. Undo. We'll try it again. We gotta change it. Caroline, you start in front of her again. No, we're in front of her. To the left, to the left. You've gotta listen. Right there. Here, in front of her. Don't move. Start again from dude, who's that kid? And one more thing. One more thing. This time, I don't go to my locker at all. Redo. Ooh, who is that kid? That kid, why is he? What? Is he cute? No, Caroline, this is great. Stop! No! You can't move, you're doing it wrong. It's all wrong, it's supposed to work. Undo! Undo!
Okay, so there's one last thing I'd
I have
like
to try something different.
Desire to do.
You gotta get away. This time, I spot him first. And then you run. Redo.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not enjoying it.
What the? Who's that? Who's who? Rach, we've gotta run.
What are you talking about?
Okay, appreciate it.
We've gotta run. You've got to run. You've got to stop. Stop. Good. Just undo. Same way, all right? Same way. It's not that hard. Just freaking run, okay? Redo. Who's that? Who's who? Rach, we've got to get out of here.
What are you talking about?
He's got a Rachel! Stop!
It doesn't work. Nothing works. Something has to work. All right. Rachel, you need to move back to the other side of me and stay there. Do you understand? You can't move from when Rachel spots him again. Undo. Rachel, what are you doing? That's not where I told you to go. Rachel, come on. Whatever, we'll try something else. Since you won't just freaking listen to me. Fine. Caroline, you see him first. Then run at him. Run right the frick at him. Distract him. Throw him off. Do something. All the way back to the part about mom and tennis. All right? You're due.
Well, could your mom take us?
She's got tennis. She can.
Oh, but the tailgate sounds so fun.
I know. Could one of your parents take us?
Maybe. They'll probably just complain about my grades if I try to ask them.
Carol?
The kid, he's got a...
Oh, run! Everyone run! Stop! What the heck? No. You can't just... I'm right here. I'm right freaking here. What are you shooting at her? You can't do that! You're stupid. Move! Move, I said move! Aim at me! I'm here, not Rachel! Why won't you? I need this to work. Nothing is working. Please work. Not Rachel. Please. I'm sorry.
Well, could your mom take us?
She's got tennis. She can't.
Oh, but the tailgate sounds so fun.
Could one of your parents take us?
Maybe. They'll probably just complain about my grades if I try to ask them.
Who is that kid? That kid? Why is he? Oh God!
What? Is he cute?
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Right? I'm sorry. You're late.
Well, we got here before Lydia.
Did you hear from her? Is she coming?
Why would she?
Because she can take everything that happened to us and do something with it. We can write something that makes a difference in the world.
Yeah, we already heard your soapbox speech over the phone.
I don't know if this is up Lydia's alley.
Why wouldn't it be? She's in the Writers Club, right? So, how are you guys?
I'm fine.
Never been better. What? Do you want the real answer?
Yeah, I do. That's how we're gonna write something meaningful?
That's how we're actually going to make a change.
Fine. The surgery was hard. Recovery is harder. Because I can't really move. Which means I can't go to the places I love. Like your mom's place.
Jimmy, this is serious. Do you have any actual ideas?
No.
Oh, that ideas.
Well, Tyler's not gonna show up now, is he?
Are we writing an essay?
Maybe a play or a poem.
You think Republican senators understand poetry?
True, but we have to write something, so let's start with an idea. We never thought it would happen here, but then it did. Shock people out of ignorance.
The thing is, I didn't think it could happen here. I did the walk in 8th grade, went to the protest starting freshman year because I knew it could.
But like, you were surprised when it actually happened.
Yeah, but we were walking down the hall and we heard it and...
Then what happened? What did you see?
He
what?
I just thought, well, today's the day, like it was inevitable, which it practically is with the current laws.
And I just thought, thank God I don't have to take that math test. And I stand by that.
Let's drop the it can happen here and dig into the policy because it did happen here and it can happen anywhere in this country.
Okay, but we still don't have a story.
We could use me and Jimmy's experience. Use Tyler.
What about my brother?
You can't.
Does that mean you're less broken or more broken than we thought?
Jimmy, you said you're using my brother.
That came out wrong. He didn't mean use him. He meant use his story for the piece.
Huh?
Do you have any ideas, Lydia? Okay.
I don't think an essay is enough to get people to listen. People write essays on gun violence every day, and look where we are.
But ours is going to be different.
What about a song? That could be different.
The medium isn't what's going to set us apart. It's the fact that our story will be real. We have the power to write something real because we're the ones who actually went through it. Are you sure you're okay, Lydia?
You never asked if I was okay.
Are you?
Let's go back to the poem idea. Let's see. Roses are red. I was almost dead. I may have been shot, but I'm still good in—
Jimmy!
What?
Stop making a joke out of this.
What else do you want me to do?
Be real?
This is real. You want to join hands and sing Kumbaya and cry? Fine, but count me out. Also, you've got a stupid cliche story.
That is not funny.
Did it sound like I was trying to be funny?
Well,
everyone copes in different ways, Maya.
How about we just skip the whole how this ever happened, it never happens again, and so nobody else has to cope with this kind of thing ever again.
Exactly. Maybe. Okay, wait. Remember that musical we saw that once about the kids in the school shooting?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Maybe it was horrible because it was written by people who knew. It wasn't written by people who knew what they were talking about.
No,
we know what we're talking about.
It was horrible because it focused on the shooter.
Well, that was a unique take. It was trying to have a different perspective.
No, it wasn't. Every article and news story and tweet and church has the thoughts and prayers and forgive the shooter, but it's ridiculous. In real life, nobody forgives the shooter.
I forgive them.
What?
She speaks.
What do you mean you forgive the shooter?
I mean, I forgive him.
Because of your Christian guilt crap?
No, because it's easier than actually making a change.
You think it's easy?
It means you get to just be okay with everything that happened. You don't have to do anything about it.
Write that.
You can go ahead and be okay with it, but I'm not going to.
You think I'm okay with my brother being dead?
That's not what I said.
It's what you meant.
Lydia.
I didn't forgive Jack because it's easy. I did it because it feels really good.
Huh?
Like I couldn't stop him, but I can be better than him.
That won't stop it from happening again.
Well, what will? Talking about how kids were shot and killed. Everybody talks about the school shooter every time. We did before when we were kids. Do you know how many people died in Parkland?
No, like
17. Nothing changed when 17 people died in Parkland. So why would it have been only 3 kids down here? It doesn't really matter, does it?
we have to keep trying. If we put enough press in the Congress, they have to make a change.
Do you guys read the articles? The ones about it? You should. I read them. Did you see the one where they mentioned Tyler had just getting back from the suspension? What? It wasn't a big news outlet. You couldn't cite it in the English class. But it was there. Maybe if they can see I'm good. If I'm so freaking good I can forgive the man that killed my brother, I'll be worth listening to. Because they don't care about Tyler because he got suspended. If I'm just a good enough person, they want to save me, right? Right?
We're the first creators that say any fuck not good enough people.
That's not funny, Jimmy.
It wasn't a joke.
He's right. They aren't going to listen. So I forgive Jack.
Don't say his name.
You sat next to him in freshman chemistry. You know his name.
Don't give him the notoriety.
Do you think not saying his name is going to make him, any of us, forget what he's done?
He does not deserve the recognition.
Since when did all this become about what anyone deserves?
Exactly. I don't forgive Jack because he deserves it. I forgive him because it's really, really hard. So it feels really good to do it.
Being angry isn't going to do anything but hurt.
You're right now.
No.
What do you mean? We finally have some. Maya, chill out. Stop being a jerk. Jimmy.
She's actually trying to do something here.
Yeah, and it's annoying.
Why? Because you haven't done anything?
I did something. I became your martyr. You're freaking welcome.
You're not dead, and you aren't helping the people that actually are.
Writing isn't going to bring it back.
It might not, but I
Take 2 seconds to grieve.
But nothing happened to me. I'm totally fine. You got shot, and you saw it all happen, and you, Tyler, you're all survivors, and I'm just someone who hid in a freaking corner. So I have to do something. I have to write something.
No, you don't.
But
it's not going to undo anything.
No, Maya's right. If we tell the story to politicians or voters or foundations, they have to listen. They're going to listen.
Do you actually think you can talk about what happened in it? Have you even let yourself remember?
But everything happens for a reason. Maybe our reason is so we can do something.
Maya.
Isn't that what the church says about it, Lydia?
That's stupid. I'm not good enough of a person to be God's vessel for getting crap done. It didn't happen so we could do something. It happened because nobody did anything to stop it.
Yeah. That doesn't matter anymore. What matters is what we do next.
We don't owe the world that. They owed us safety. They owe Tyler safety.
We can't. I can't just do nothing.
Nothing's okay.
But
you can put the pencil down.
Welcome to America, where every 15 minutes, well, you know by now, we've spent an hour and 50 minutes together. You do the math.
We've tried statistics.
we've tried stories.
Dreams?
And nightmares.
When are we going to wake up?
When will it be?
Enough?
Look at the person beside you. There is a 58% chance that they or someone they care about will be impacted by gun violence in their lifetime. More likely than not. Look at the person beside you.
How many more 15 minutes before the tragedy touches their life?
How many more 15 minutes before tragedy touches you?
You know the statistic.
You've heard the stories.
But have you taken the time?
Have you been brave enough?
Have you been strong enough?
To feel.
Khalil Rich, Carmen Luna, and George Serrano,
Devontae Simmons.
Raekwon Smith,
Daryl Freeman.
Jeremiah Smith,
Billy Taylor.
Woody Harvey Jr., it's Samaya Ellery, Jay Hine, Sean Collins Brothers, Cameron Von Washington, Desmond Wilson, Javon Thomas, Joshua.
Enough! 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 Enough!
My name is Pete Spencer. Originally, I'm from England, but I've been living in the States, and right now I'm from Suitland, Maryland. Suitland High School Center for the Visual and Performing Arts. The transformative work that we do here. Coffee. A core issue for me. It's something I've been aware of ever since I lived in the States when I moved here back in the 90s, and it's unfortunately all too present now. I'm the director, I'm the student's teacher, and I am time. Watching the students really achieve their full potential. from the heart and from the head. Frustrated. Enough.
So I was able to get finally the person who put all of this together, Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer, can you hear me? Mr. Spencer?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you speak to us about what this was like for you to put together, and how it came to you, how the students progressed through the project? I know part of it they did at home on their own, and some they did, with you. So I'm going to just give you the floor to speak about the experience.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So the process was hectic. We had just under 4 weeks to get this together, working with two groups of students. The thing that I got very quickly with this, the thing that made me feel very positive and willing to take this on under with such a short amount of time was the students' enthusiasm for the scripts. They responded very quickly, very enthusiastically to the first readings of these. Partly, I think they were just intrigued by some of the staging ideas of what the writers had come up with. But they also responded, I think, to the content of them. These are plays that are written by other young people, and the writers were, I think our students could identify with those writers. They were writing about things that the students themselves experienced. They were a diverse range of people. There were writers of color, there were African American writers, there were young women writing, and there were situations that they could identify with. And I think that was really important for their enthusiasm and commitment to this project. I wouldn't have done it without that, and I don't think I could have done it without that.
What do you hope will be the lasting impact for our students as having been part of this project?
I'm hoping we're going to get some really good writing coming out of this. There's a lot of writing type sensibilities amongst our students, and I think this is going to encourage our students to write about their own experience and write plays for people like them, and that's a really hopeful thing. I think it's also going to just generally raise awareness about the whole issue of gun violence, and I think that's going to be something that sticks with our young people. Having walked in the shoes of people who've been through these kind of things, having expressed those feelings, expressed those thoughts of people who've been through gun violence, I think that connection, you can't underestimate how powerful that connection is.
I agree. I'm going to come in here to share something personal, but yesterday, as we were filming this, I knew earlier in the day that the day was a specific day for me. It was the 20th anniversary of my brother's killing, who was killed with a gun. He was robbed and killed in the process of a robbery. And as I was listening to the different plays, I felt my blood pressure rise, and I didn't really realize how much until I was watching back the coverage, and I realized that that's what was happening. It's very moving, the work that these students did, and I hope that they can keep that. They can figure out how to move people, which is what the work that we do. I'm going to let you have the last word, and then I'm going to put myself out of here. What are parting words?
I I want to thank all the students for all the work that they put in this and rising to the challenge of, we've had students out with COVID who've come back in. We had a big long break from rehearsal time to coming back after Easter break. They had one day after Easter break to adjust, to rehearse, and then put on this show. And that's a lot of pressure at this time when we're already experiencing a lot of pressure. And I thank them for being strong and representing themselves so well. I'm very grateful for that.
Thank you, Mr. Spencer. You guys did an amazing job. Thank you.